Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be playing Advance Wars on the Nintendo Switch. Specifically, we're going to be playing the first Advance Wars, work through the tutorial, and then start the campaign. This is a really cool intro for the game. On Game Boy, I pretty much always played as Andy. I just liked his superpower, or his power, the best. But Max was good. Sammy was really strong overall, especially if you play her the way you're supposed to. But no, I always really enjoyed playing as Andy. This makes me wish Nintendo had some more cartoons. Could you imagine like an Advance Wars cartoon drawn like that? That'd be awesome. We did have a Kirby cartoon a long time ago, and that was pretty good. Really enjoyed that. So here we are at Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. So a little bit about this is this has the first and the second game that was on Game Boy, so Advance Wars 1 and Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising. Both of these are on one card.
My name's Nell.
Looks like we're going to do introductions and learn a little bit about the game. A little tutorial.
Say, is this your first
We'll say
time
we've
playing
never
Advance
played it
Wars?
before. Let's see what she says.
Ah, splendid.
So she's going to talk about all the different modes. So besides Advance Wars having a really good campaign, which is really the main way to play, it had other really cool elements: multiplayer, map design, sort of a challenge mode where there were specific maps you play against different foes. So a lot of replayability. And then within the campaign, they have a easy and a much harder mode, so you can play through that more than once. And it's the same for the Advance Wars 2. Now I will say I wasn't thrilled with the art design when Nintendo first showed this. I really liked the old pixel design, and I kind of wish that they would have made it where you could, press a button and toggle between the two. And so for a while I did not get this game, one because it was just hard to find where I live, and I like having the physical copies, but really wasn't sure about how it looked. But a good game is going to be a good game, and this really is a great game. If you like Fire Emblem, you'll probably like this. A lot of the same structure. But really, after playing through the tutorial, and I think maybe the first mission, second mission, the art didn't really bother me anymore. I think I was just having so much fun playing the game that the art was fine. And then as I played it more and more, it really fit what they were doing. Yes, I still like the original, but if you've never played the original, this is fine. You won't have any issue. And it looks like they have two modes you can sort of choose between casual and classic. Not entirely sure what the difference is. I think one of them within the settings lets you redo a turn, it looks like. But besides that, both of them are an easy-ish mode. So here we're starting the first tutorial, and she's going to tell us about the basics, so just movement and combat. So this is really what this game is. If you play Fire Emblem, very similar. You're going to have different units. All the units are stronger against different types and have different, we'll say abilities, but really what they can and can't do. And you're just going to play against the foe, use the terrain for your advantage, and try to win. So here she's telling you how to select your units, move them around. Infantry are good. Infantry allow you to pretty much move through everything. They can move through woods, they can move over mountains, they can move across rivers. They can't go into the ocean, only water units can do that, but infantry and mech units are very, very helpful, especially if you're on a map with a lot of mountainous or terrain that will reduce your movement. It'll be interesting to see if they did any real updates. I have played through the game both on easy and hard, and enjoyed it. I've played through it multiple times. It really is a great game. It was kind of sad that they originally announced it, and then it got delayed, and then it got delayed again, and then when it finally did release, it wasn't really a big release. Wasn't really a, hey, look, this game's out now. I think it just got a little message of, yep, Advance Wars is out, you can go buy it today. And even with me checking like once a month to see when this game was finally going to release, when it did release, I didn't even know. So that just goes to show how, we won't say bad the release was, but kind of under the radar. You could almost call it a shadow release. And then where I live, I could not find a physical copy anywhere. The local Walmart did not have them. The GameStop didn't have them. Yes, I do live in the middle of nowhere, but could not find one, and eventually just ended up buying it online. So there you saw how the combat works. You move next to a unit. If it's a unit that does sort of direct fire, and you can select the unit, or you can select the square in front of them, and a menu will come up and you can choose fire, and then you will enter combat with that unit. Whoever is the first individual, or if you're the person who is on the offense, you're going to get a bit of a boost. So generally it's better to be the one attacking. So here we see the enemy, the AI is going to be playing against you, and they choose to attack, and you're just going to have them go back and forth. I will say one thing that does seem slightly off in this game to me, and it's not a terrible thing because there's a way to fix this, but when they enter combat and it goes to the screen showing them attacking each other, it seems so slow to me. And it may just be how they do the animations in this, but it just seems like unusually slow, the two entering and then attacking each other. But luckily they have a fast forward button where you can speed it up. So through the tutorials, I'm not going to use fast forward a ton just so you can see what's going on. But when I play, I pretty much always have the fast forward button held down. If it bothers you enough, you can actually cut off the animations where the unit still will attack and it does the amount of damage it will, but it does not enter that animation screen. And same thing with capturing buildings. They haven't talked about that. They will in one of the tutorials. You can set it so that you don't see that animation. I usually do that. I mean, I've also played this game a ton. But you know, it's nice that they have those features to be able to turn it on and turn off. They had that on the original Game Boy, so that was really nice too.
Well done.
So here she's just saying that if you have a unit that's strong enough and you attack another unit, and you would defeat that unit, then that unit will not fire back. So this is a good way to keep your health up on your units overall. And that was the lesson. So we're going to stop here for today, and we will start back on lesson 2 next time.